Hello, and welcome to the December Market Update, brought to you by Commonwealth Financial Network. My name is Brad McMillan. I'm Commonwealth's Chief Investment Officer. Once again, we have a month with very good news. U.S. financial markets were up across the board by close to 2% or even more. Bigger companies did better, and even in the rest of the world, we saw emerging markets pretty much flat, which is okay given the great run they've had. And we saw developed markets, which is to say Europe and Japan, also rise substantially. Overall, another terrific month. And once again, the question we have to ask ourselves is why? And once again, the answer is the economic news continues to come in very strong, surprisingly strong. Hiring continues to do very well. Personal income is growing. And because of that, we actually saw consumer confidence rise to the highest level in 17 years. Think about that for a minute. The last time people were this confident was back in the dot-com boom. With people getting hired, with people making more money, they're also spending more. We've seen personal spending grow, and that's a big deal because the consumer, you and me, is over 2/3 of the economy. And when we spend more, the economy grows faster. Business is also very confident, in fact, surprisingly so. Business confidence has improved more than was expected, and for the first time, they're actually starting to turn that confidence into actual spending. Businesses are running out of people to hire. That's why the labor market is so strong. So now they're starting to buy equipment to make their existing workers more productive. That's actually been a missing piece in the recovery so far, and that should help continue to make growth even better. In fact, we're already seeing the effects. We saw growth for the third quarter. It was initially estimated at 3%. Now it's been revised up to 3.3%. So it's even stronger than was originally thought. So across the board here in the U.S., we're actually seeing a continuation of very good economic news. And it's not just about the U.S. Europe is growing. In many countries, they're growing faster than the U.S. Asia is growing. China is doing well. Japan is actually starting to pick up. For the first time since the crisis, we're actually seeing synchronized economic growth. And that's good for everybody because that can turn into a virtuous circle. Small wonder financial markets are doing as well as they are. Now, the question, of course, is what we should be worrying about. And the answer is politics. Even as the economics are very good, we have a number of political issues that demand attention. North Korea, of course, is the one in most of the headlines. And that's certainly something that could be a real issue. That said, chances are still that it will resolve itself peacefully. But it's something that continues to get a little bit worse each month, and it's something to keep an eye on. Not an immediate problem, but we're watching it. The other thing is Germany. Their election led them not to have a government for the first time since World War II. Obviously, this is a concern, but again, not an immediate concern. But the big issue that we have to watch in this month is here in the U.S., and that's the pending debt ceiling debate. The U.S. government runs out of funds on December 8th. And that could lead to a government shutdown. Is that going to be a problem? It might. It could raise concerns, but at the same time, we've seen this movie before. So something to watch, something to keep an eye on, but certainly not something to panic about, particularly since if we're going to have this happen, now is the time we want with the economy doing very well. We'll see what happens, and I'll talk to you next month. Thanks for watching.